Alright. We're going to be doing a little bit more Dead Rising. This is going to be a recorded play of it, so this is not on stream. And I'm going to see if I can try to finish this today. So let's continue from where we left off. We're already past the part where the military comes in, so we have to wait for Isabella to try to make a cure for Frank, because he did get infected. Find a generator and give it to Isabella. Right, we have to get to the clock tower. Yeah, I was complaining before that the soldiers kind of stun lock you a little bit with their guns. See if I can get to the generator. There we are. So the game usually runs pretty fine. It usually only like chugs when I'm streaming it live. Well, I am still recording it. I have OBS open. But it mostly only like chugs at the cutscenes like this. This seems to be playing fine for now.
Damn it. Even if this thing leads out of here, I doubt these zombies would just let us walk right through.
Just kick another one for good measure. There you are. Yeah, just stuff that in your ass or something. Now we gotta go back.
Fire!
Hey. You can probably destroy those helicopters. I've never managed to get one. Yeah, let's try to get back. Trying to make it back. We got the generator. Thankfully it doesn't take up any space in our arms. I wonder how many stickers there are left. There's still a few. There's one over here. Oh, look at that lighting on that Again, I did lower the settings because this is a problem that a lot of people have, is just not being able to play the game. Volumetrical. On medium? Is that really what it looks like on medium? Huh. Oh, it looks kind of low. Okay. I had it on balance before, but yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna pay too much mind about it. I'm just trying to get through the game. Graphics, whatever. Let's see. I'm not trying to complain too much about graphics. Did I already pass the area? Yeah, I did.
Fire!
Oof. Rock and roll. Okay. Oh. Nice. Cool. Can I get through here?
Thank God you found a spare. Now I can get back to work.
Plops it down.
Thank God you...
Okay.
If all goes as planned, I should have just about all the equipment I need now. Bring me some adult queens and I can get started.
Cool. Go do that. There's like a blood splatter on the back of my jacket. Thing I didn't really notice. I didn't really notice any blood splattering on Frank's body very much. If it happens, it doesn't really happen often. I wish that was more prominently seen, like on like the white shirt he has underneath, or his pants, or his face. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention, or maybe again, maybe it's tied to the settings that I turned down. Yeah, like a lot of blood there, and oh, yeah, there's some on his pants. Okay. This is ring 5 wasp queen. I want to find those queens. Good question. Where do we find those queens? I have to gather them up. There ought to be a few around here, right? Fire! Even the explosions look really pixelated. That and the flashlight, you know, lighting is very pixelated. I'm not gonna like let that bother me too much. It is noticeable.
I've located a survivor. Requesting emergency backup.
Yeah, shooting them once distracts them enough.
Fire!
Nothing here, nothing here. All right. Let's go. Where I can find some queens. Where am I going to find queens? There's less zombies. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Dead Rising 1, I guess. I played the second one more than I played this one. I know Dead Rising 2 like the back of my hand almost. Right. Queens. Queens. Where am I going to find queens? 5 to go. What about you? Oh, there you go.
Don't let him get away.
You're dead. There's one queen. See if I can find more down here. Yeah, you just find them wherever, really. Okay. The jump kick is such a useful way to get them out of your way. You can usually tell which ones have the queen on them simply by looking at which ones are kind of like almost like they're like bothered by something, like something's itching their neck. Not that one though. What's this? Increase the attack of blowback and blowback of toys. I'm not gonna find him here. Hmm. Maybe it's just that one. Maybe it's just... Oh, crap. Whoa. Well, let's hope I have some healing item. Hoping you could bust open the vending machines. All right. Let's keep going then. There. How do I get out of here? Doesn't it move?
Found him.
Okay. How about out here? If I can find something out here. Shoot. Alright, if they circle around back, I'm gonna see if I can... Nice. Nice miss.
Fire! Fire!
Oh, shoot. Wait a minute, you're not dead.
Fire!
Ooh.
Don't let him get fire!
Okay. Oh, come on. Not this again. Well, I'm just... You know me, I'm just gonna load the autosave. Yep. I'm not even gonna bother with that. It was a shame in the original Dead Rising, you kind of just had to deal with that. Like, if there's no autosaves when you enter a new area, so... there's some things that they do in this game that is very much making the game easier. The fact that I can do this... The fact that I can load the autosave and undo that punishment of me getting beat makes that kind of a useless feature in the game, like a very useless like punishment. So whereas that was originally something done to punish the player for maybe getting caught by the special forces, here it's very easy to get through that. It's very easy just to deny that by loading the autosave. So I feel like that's maybe against the original game's design for that to be a punishment. But it is what it is. Now you can just load the autosave and undo that. There's a few things that they do in this game that make the game a little bit easier on you. Like, For better or worse. Like, some things I'm glad that they changed. And other things I'm not sure if I totally agree with it. The, me upgrading the PP and all that.
Perfect.
Wow. Me upgrading PP is, kind of crazy that I can do that in one.
Holding information.
Okay. I didn't know you could do this. I didn't know you could do that after a roll. Okay. That's actually useful information to know.
I'm located a survivor.
Okay, so one jump kick and 2 sword slashes takes him out.
Damn it!
There we go.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
Any queens around here? I think I'm gonna have to go hunting for a queen.
Found him.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, one down. Was the game always this dark on this part? I don't remember.
Oh, oh.
All right.
Found him.
Cool. All right, that makes dealing with them a little bit more easier. There is a way to jump up here, right? Yeah, there is, okay. Orange juice, cool.
Request emergency backup.
There's something up here, right? Submachine gun, okay. This is a unique weapon, only found here, I think, right? That's kind of crazy. But maybe this was a... Come on. Anyone in there? All right. Let's see.
I've located a survivor.
Not sure if it's better than most other weapons or what. Kind of hidden away somewhere. That was kind of something you just had to find on your own, right? Now the submachine gun actually is point it out to you. Like they kind of tell you where the secret weapon is,
I've
which kind
located
of...
the survivor. Found him! Holding for me!
Yeah, he was stuck on something. Yeah. He couldn't even walk through here. Alright. The entrance plaza. Any queens around here? No, it doesn't look like there's any queens. Might as well ignore them. The jump kick is always useful in this one and in the second one. Oh shit, I didn't even see this guy. Alright. Change clothes. Alright. Got the helmet. The serve-bot helmet. Whoa.
Perfect.
I don't know, a sticker, huh?
Found him!
Shit.
Requesting emergency backup!
There's another PP sticker around here, right? Yeah.
Don't let him get away!
There it is.
Perfect.
There we go. Ooh. Crazy. Getting a little handsy here, huh? Gonna back off. The well, let's go to the entrance plaza, I guess. I can't see anything there.
Perfect.
A lot of these stickers that I seem to miss, huh?
Perfect.
Very close to upgrading. Again, like, it seems like you level up in this game fairly easy. Like, it doesn't seem like it takes a whole lot to level up this time around. Whereas in the first game, I feel like I took, like, maybe, like, on the second playthrough for me to level up fully. The same goes for the second game as well. In Dead Rising 2, it took me, like, 2 full playthroughs to finally, like, reach level 50. Whereas in this one, it feels like you level up really fast. Like everything, the PP or something. Like I don't know if it's like the amount of points that you get is just a lot more now.
Perfect.
To the point that I'm just like wondering, like, wow. I feel like the game kind of makes it so that you don't feel the need to restart the game from the beginning with all your level up stats. Because the first one kind of had that roguelike element, right? It would have like roguelike elements where you kind of restart the game. You kind of know where everything is now.
All right.
And now it just doesn't have that. I haven't seen a single mirror with working reflections still. Wait, you can still see his reflection a little bit. Yeah, you see his reflection. It's just very... Like, right there you can see it. It's kind of blurry, though. Okay. Grandma's kids. They've been in here, right? Okay. Clearance castle. Well, that upon landing, you can still do those attacks.
Perfect.
What was that?
I've located a survivor. Requesting emergency backup. Holding information.
Okay, that didn't work.
Emergency backup.
Damn. What's this? Nice little devil hat, huh? Still on the hunt for those queens, huh? Queen. I'll look here for any new clothes as well.
Yeah.
And repeats. Okay, and the sports. Oh, wait. No? Oh, yes. Anyone in here?
I think someone's here.
There is.
I'll
Yeah.
check it out. Ah! Found it! Requesting emergency backup!
Okay. Can't see. All right. Shoes. The hell are those? Was that supposed to be something? Looks like barefoot.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure I don't miss anything. Trying to get as many of these as I can. And look for more. Already been in here? I think I was just in here, right? This is the dress, right? Yeah. Cool that you can cancel out of the animation of him putting the clothes on and off, because that was something that was kind of, you know, it was fun. It was good that they had that in the original 2 games, but it was kind of annoying that you had to let them play out fully. And now you can just cancel out of those animations by walking. Just moving around a little bit will cancel you out of the animation, but it's still there, and he still says the same lines. You know, this new voice actor
Yeah.
still says the same things, which is nice, but you know, there it is. Come on. What's going on there? There we go. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. What's that? Is that Frank's hair? Bro, come on.
Perfect.
About time. You got my attack up.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice outfit. Nothing else? Wait, nothing else. I was just in here, right? Yeah, okay. Actually a cool jacket. I'm gonna wear that for a bit. Better pay attention to the zombies a little bit more. Okay, yeah, sometimes it felt like it was unresponsive when you shot people in the head.
Don't let him get away.
There we go. Push that out for a different one.
Perfect.
That didn't give me as much as I thought it would. Oh, there's some in here
All
though.
right.
Camping clothes, right?
All right.
It's just the same shit over and over.
All right. I'll take it out. Found him.
Come on. There we go. Switch that out. I mean, I'd say the lighting is pretty good. It's the RE engine, so I mean, it's to be expected. Everything looks pretty nice. I guess it just looks a little too grim and dark, but again, I think that's kind of what they're going for. They're not really... They're not trying to go for bright and sunny, which I feel like was kind of part of the appeal, right? It was kind of what made Dead Rising stand out a little bit. It was kind of jokey.
Perfect.
The big one.
Wait.
What angle am I supposed to get this guy from? That's kind of the thing. Is doesn't seem to agree with everything. With
Fire! Perfect.
there we go. Whoa. Who did that? You don't want to see me angry?
He went that way. Ah. Yeah. Don't let him get away.
Okay. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, nice little sunbeams. Where are these coming from? The glass over there is like sunbeams coming.
Yeah.
Full on suit.
Yeah.
Cool. There's a whole ass area back here. Wonder if there's like there's a few people here. Still looking, still trying to find more. These queens. Nice. Oh, I think I did get an attack up boost, so I think that does actually make me kill these guys a lot faster, which is good. Again, they do make this game feel a lot easier the first time around. I really did feel like I had to try... I restarted the game once, I felt like.
Perfect.
That's really cool that there's a flash on it now. Yeah, again, it was like very roguelike. I don't really get the sense of that here. Like, I haven't really felt the need to restart the game at any point to try and get a better head start on the game.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's just trying to make it more accessible to people, or journalists, or game journalists, right? It is what it is, I don't know. Alright, what is there, like only one queen per area, or what's going on? Yeah, you look great, Frank. There we go, lights on. Lights on, zombie aggression down. More katanas. Do I need them? I'll just replace this one. There's also a battle axe that I usually don't use. Okay.
I've located a survivor. Equipping.
Gems, huh? What about her? I am using keyboard and mouse, so it is a little bit less accurate for me to aim. Where I'm supposed to be slicing at. Any shoes? No? Clothes I can pick up? Oh, here it is.
All right.
This, you know, like a Olympic gear. Kicks. Yeah, there is some level of reflection going on, like right there. At like a certain angle you can see it, but you can't see it fully. That's weird how they did that. Yeah, down the gullet, down that demon gullet. No shoes I can pick up here? Really?
I've located a survivor.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Wait. Full information.
There we go. There you go. Okay. Kathy's Boutique. I just came up here, right? Let's see, what about this fella? What did he drop? Like a hunk of meat? Yeah. Raphael's shoes. Nice pair of kicks, huh? Yeah, very nice texture work and all that. You gotta give them props for all the updating they did. Again, it's nice. There is a part of me that wants to be like, that wants to give a bit of pushback to it. Like, oh, did we really need a Dead Rising remake? Did we really need it? But I can't deny that I'm having fun playing it. Like honestly, it's not really overtly offensive, right? It's not like I'm not really looking at this going, oh, this shouldn't have been made or anything like that. Like, it's fun, like, for sure. Like, I think just because it has Dead Rising, in essence, it is still the first Dead Rising. It's very hard to make it not fun. And the fact that they chose not to change it up very much and kind of just updated a few things really helps it just test, you know, stand the test of time. I was like tripping over my words there as I was doing things. It really helps it stand the test of time. And again, like, this doesn't replace the original Dead Rising, I don't think. I know there's gonna be some people saying like there's no need to play the original one anymore. I don't believe that. I think oh, no, there's no PP. I was hoping maybe there'd be like a PP thing for that.
I've located a survivor.
There we go.
Looks like I'll be one of them soon.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I better hurry up. Wait, I didn't pick up my katana, did I?
Perfect.
That was the wrong button. I was trying to throw that. There it is. So I'm running out of time then.
Found him.
There's one. Wait, pick it up. Two swipes and you're out.
I've located a survivor. Full information.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can find everything. Trying to get all the outfits.
Found him.
Alright, once you kind of know how to deal with them, it becomes a little bit easier. I know I was complaining last time, like, oh, these guys are way overpowered. Like, they really stun lock you.
I'll check it out.
They still do. They still do stun lock you in a very annoying way. There's gotta be one in here, right? There we go, there's another one. That's 4. I need one more. Is that another? Yeah, that's one.
Full information.
Get out! Trying to get that 4. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I should be able to get back to Isabella now, so let's do that. Let's go back before Frank runs out of time. Okay. So I think there is some things that make the game a little too easy for you. Like They are a little bit more lenient on the difficulty. Here in this section, I think there is a difficulty spike that you can agree with, that you're kind of like, yeah, this is kind of difficult. This portion of the game I did kind of struggle with a little bit, but them capturing you and then tying you up, and then you have to escape from that, you can just undo that by loading an autosave. So the fact that you can do that now is kind of makes the whole difficulty of being captured redundant. So it no longer matters if they catch you. Yeah, missed me. Probably cut across here. So we're this way, North Plaza. I'm still not sure if you can even destroy that helicopter, but you're not going to stop me from trying eventually. Oh, you don't do that. I almost went in there without the machete. Well, the shop's right. No, even though the other machete spawn is right there next to here. There's a shit ton of those guys waiting there, to the point that it's not even worth going in there for the machete. I shouldn't even have picked it up last time. Yeah, missed. Wrong area? There's no clothes in here, right? There's food right there. You know, I gotta say, the game looks nice. It looks nice, it plays nice. Whoa. Whoa, that guy flew. Get him down there. Alright, here I am.
One's not enough. I need at least 5. It'll take another 3 queens to give me enough of the hormone I'm at. I need more. I'm sorry, Frank. I know it's dangerous out there, but you have to go back.
I got him.
This is going pretty smoothly now, Frank. Keep up the good work. I don't have the time now, but with the proper research, I should be able to make a sort of anti-zombie vaccine.
Good job. Oh, I skipped it.
It won't be long now. Just one more up to do it. Go find one last specimen for me, Frank.
There you go.
Once we have all of the queens, there's no turning back. Make sure you have enough weapons and food with you.
Shit,
Are you absolutely sure? Okay. You shouldn't rush your preparations.
alright, let's, do this now, then. Alright. Yeah, let's go find some weapons, then. Oh yeah, those, so... I would benefit from having a little bit more. The final portion, I believe we won't be needing any, right? I think they do take away most of them. Cool.
Perfect.
Where am I gonna find more weapons? I mean, the only thing I can find is that's like easy to pick up. The queen here, I might need that. This handgun? Nice. I can take one of these. Was that he dropped? I'll take a knife. There's that place up ahead with the weapons, right? Yeah, it's like all the way up ahead, but I have to go through some of the these assholes.
Requesting emergency backup.
There we go. Great that you can still jump up here. Why wouldn't you, but... You gotta high jump this, Frank.
I think someone's here. I'll check it out.
Who are you talking to?
Found him!
Whack the shit out of that guy. And there was like one other dude over here. No? Didn't they used to like drop from up here? What was up here? Increase the chances of finding good items when destroying cardboard boxes. Good items or food items? Good items. That means.
Found him!
Nice. Wow, this actually knocks him down. Interesting. Oh, there's something here.
Perfect.
Cool.
Good morning, Savvy Shop. We are pleased to announce that the party
There we go. Man, this metal pipe is actually pretty damn good. I didn't know it was actually this good.
Many fine goods and services.
That's fine. I think we're good with whatever we have
never
now.
Stops and the deals just keep coming.
We should be able to get back to Isabella like this. Let's don't do that. Carry our way back. Yeah, I think so far I'm like mostly impressed with this game. Not impressed, but content. I'm content with what this game tries to be. It really is like a pretty good remake. It is a remake.
Once we have all of the queen, are you absolutely sure?
Didn't I save?
Okay. You shouldn't rush your preparations.
Okay.
Once we have all of the... Are you absolutely sure?
Yeah.
You're gonna inject me with that, huh? Okay, Doc. Let's get this over with.
Sounds like she fucking stabbed him with it. That devil head. Like, clipping through the...
At least I won't have to worry about turning into one of them for a while. Okay. Next on the agenda. Figure out a way to get the hell out of here.
While I was isolating the hormone, I managed to identify a pheromone that suppresses the attack instinct in adult parasites. In other words, the zombies don't like the way it smells. If you give me a little more time, I should be able to produce some of this pheromone.
They think it smells bad?
Uh-oh. Stinky.
You think we could use something like that to keep them away from us? We could just walk right past them and get out of here.
In theory, yes. Either way, it's certainly better than nothing.
There was a cave. Outside, where the helicopter crashed. It was packed with zombies, I mean shoulder to shoulder. But it may lead somewhere outside. If it works, your anti-zombie perfume, it could keep us safe in that cave. What do you say? You ready to get the hell out of here?
There won't be enough of this pheromone to waste it on experiments. We'll only have enough to use it once.
Whatever you say.
Right. An interesting portion of the game, right?
My God. There are so many. Where on earth could this lead?
I don't know. But considering how many of them keep pouring out of here, it must be connected to something. Isabella, look. Any other way out of here is guarded by the military. If we're gonna get out of here and put a stop to Carlito's plan, we've got to go in there. It's the only way. It's not like we're unarmed. We've got your smelly perfume, don't we?
I'm not gonna have to wear this hat the rest of the game. I probably should have taken it off.
I wouldn't be alive right now if your shot hadn't worked. The perfume's gonna work too.
It's like poking her in the chin with that nose.
I know it.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. She's all green. I forgot that happened. Save? Well, I guess. Why not? Wish there was a place to change my outfit again. Seems you can't do that at this point. Oh, they just flop all over the place. Did it work like that in the original? I remember, like, it was kind of hard. You had to go kind of slow because otherwise her hand would, like, detach off you. Open the door. There we go. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh. Get off. Grab onto me, please. Oops. Sorry, Isabel. Nice. Please, Isabel, please. There we go. Okay. A little bit of lag there, a little bit of chugging, but fine. What's up here? Why is everybody gathered up here? I guess because it's a good picture spot, right? Wow. That's a shit ton. Nice. Oh, I didn't even mean to hit you. Sorry. A lot of PP. Okay, come on, let's go. Not in here, though. Alright. Move along. Okay. Doing pretty good, doing pretty good. Isabella? Get through this together. Nice. Yeah, it's a good place just to farm more PP. Look at that, I'm almost already full on PP. Ow. Some of them are dying, some of them are exploding. Okay. Get some more inventory space. Nice. Good picture. Come on, leave him alone. Leave the guy alone. Nice, she kind of like flew to me. She snapped to my hand. Alright, let's try to evade the sides here. Yeah, I clearly remember this place. I don't know why, like, I kind of remember this section vividly in comparison to the rest of the game. Not to the rest of the game, this last section of the game. Like, for some reason, a lot of the parts with the special forces is kind of a blur for me. But this part, I do remember that Isabella, like, turned green like that because she gave herself some kind of perfume. And you had to, like, use her to get through the zombies and stuff.
Are you sure this was a good idea?
Oh, this too, right? kind of remember.
Guards here too. If we can get that gate open, they'll be too busy dealing with zombies to notice us slip by.
Wait. The pheromone is starting to wear off. It's only strong enough to cover one of us. What are you...
All right, hang on tight, okay? Once we're out, let's see if we can't steal ourselves that set of wheels.
Well, this means no weapons, right? I can't really handle a weapon with her on me. Oh, there's a save point. Okay, they're more lenient with the saves, right? I don't remember if they were this lenient with the saves in the first one. In this portion of the game, anyway. There we go. I do remember this happening, though. Where are we going? They get up there? I don't know, like, I feel like they were more aggressive, though. I feel like it kind of stopped them, but not really. Like they would still lunge at you, they would still, like, swipe at you, and it would still hurt, and you would drop Isabella, and it would cause more problems. Like, I don't know, I just feel like they kind of toned down some of the difficulty in some places. But at the same time, they fix a lot of the problems I had with the game, like the AI pathfinding. Like, nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to go through the AI pathfinding. The stuff that was really annoying. Oh my god, get out of the way. The stuff that was really annoying in the first game, like the survivors AI, when they couldn't maneuver around like a potted plant. So they'd just be stuck somewhere, and you'd be like, oh my god, please come back, please hurry up and move. And in the second game, they kind of fixed that. So that stuff was kind of...
Found him! I've located the survivor.
Sorry,
Hold
Isabel.
information. Hold information. Returning fire. Equipping emergency backup.
Okay. I didn't think these guys were going to show up here. Now that I know that they are here, I should start packing. Oh, nice. Look at that. Take another one for the way there. Okay. No, I don't think we'll need any more. I think we're done with the weapons. I think from this point on we will have no need for them. This part, I think I remember dying a lot. Huge tank. Oh right, it's like a railgun shooter, right? Controls are a little weird on this thing. Huh? Were those drones always there? Shit. Did we get him? Couldn't even tell if I died or if he died. I think that part was kind of hard the first time I tried playing this. In the original game. Probably toned that down too. Again, they probably fixed a lot of
These automated machines are no use at all on the battlefield. Switch to manual control.
Oh, okay, it's not done yet. Okay, never mind. This part is done. Now, this is where we get down to the nitty gritty, right?
Aim main cannon.
Oh, shit.
Well, what have we here?
A devil.
Where were you hiding when my men mopped up the mall? On a mission, in which the number of targets is unclear, it's difficult to ensure absolute thoroughness. Huh. You have imagination. That's what drives you in your quest to run.
And my sense of
Your
fashion.
quest to hide. As prey, you and your kind are much more stubborn than the zombies.
You're kind.
How much do you know about the zombies?
I commanded the Santa Cabeza cleanup operation. If we had fulfilled our mission then, we wouldn't be needed here now to take care of this incident.
That's all it was to you, huh? A mission. What about those innocent people who had to pay for sins committed by our government
Our
and human
mistakes
research?
have not begun with this operation. Humanity has proven itself to be quite adept at making mistakes. Ha! Hell, it's the only thing we truly excel at. Well then, I'd say this mission isn't quite over yet. Don't you agree?
Zombies. That's the punch I remember. All right. Do I have my weapons or not? I remember not having weapons here for some reason. I don't.
Is that all, tough guy?
Shit.
Get ready to meet your maker.
God, with a flash. Blind his ass.
Time to stop holding back.
Ooh. Don't do that, Frank.
You don't stand a chance, kid.
Kid. Frank's like as old as you. Shit. Holy crap. Shit. Okay. Oh, I didn't get you. It's trying too hard to get this, make that quick. Man, this guy's a lot easier this time. I remember like struggling with this guy before. Okay.
Get ready
There we go.
Time to stop holding back.
No. Give up, give up.
Don't take this personally. Everyone dies in my hands. It's pointless to
All right.
resist. Nothing will change.
Nice. Did he just go for the entrails? Just stuck his hand in his gut? That was a little different. I don't remember that happening. I remember just as soon as he lost health, he would just go to the cutscene. Look at his happy face. Let it all out, Frank. And there you have it. And that was Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. So I guess as a whole, I'd say that this did a pretty good job ironing out all the kinks, again I keep saying that, of the original game. There was things that I guess made the first one kind of annoying to play or kind of hard to go back to. Main thing being the survivor AI and them not being able to, you know, maneuver around very well. That's made a lot better this time around. And I don't even remember if this song was in the original. It probably was. Frank West was Jas Patrick. Yeah, I don't think any of the original voice cast was brought back, right? I think they were all different. They kind of, some of them try to sound like the original characters, but yeah, just didn't exactly. Frank didn't sound like the original Frank. It just some movie. I'm assuming some of the people assume that the reason why Frank's original actor wasn't able to be brought back is because he's a union actor, but then I was seeing that he was actually a voice in the RE2 remake, so it doesn't really make sense. Like, well, they were able to get him in Resident Evil 2, so maybe it was a different reason. Maybe it was, I don't know, he was busy with something else. So it's not like you can rule out him ever being Frank again. I mean, I'm sure you could probably make it work, but I don't know, maybe for convenience or someone else, they decided not to go with the original actor. Oh well. Yeah, the game felt mostly easier than the original one. There were some differences, like again, they removed the erotica stuff. I'm not gonna cry over the erotica stuff. It's not like, I said this before, that didn't, I didn't feel like the erotica genre when you're snapping photos made the game like so much more fun or anything like, or the removal of it isn't really taking away from the fun of the game. So I'm not, like, it's not something like detrimental to the whole gaming experience, right? It did change Kent's the psychopath, the photographer psychopath, it changed his quest line, because he had like the longest one where you would keep coming back and showing him pictures. And in the original one, I think you show him like 2 pictures, then he's like, all right, one last challenge, and then he tries killing one of the survivors, right? That's shortened down in this version because there's no erotica. One of the quests that he gives you is you gotta go take an erotica picture with a certain amount of PP for him to be satisfied. Yeah, and that didn't happen, so he only like makes you go do 1 shot, and I feel like they could have just easily made it that other one, just replace it with him asking you to do a brutality photo. That way he still kind of seems unhinged. It would seem like more in character, like, yeah, he's a psychopath. Why is he asking you to do that? Like, that's kind of weird that he wants to see that. Just like, how far will he go to get the big scoop, the big picture, right? The photo. Yeah, and these zombie models are great, by the way. And yeah, I do remember this being part of the original ending credits. It was just a bunch of them in a line walking like this. So it's nice that they kept faithful to that. Yeah, there's Frank West managed to escape the town of Willamette with information pertinent to the incident under his belt. Right. So this is like the best ending of the game. The news caused a fervor throughout the world, leading the U.S. government to admit at least partial culpability in the livestock research program. Partial culpability. However, no connection to the Willamette incident was acknowledged, and the events that occurred there were deemed the work of a fringe terrorist group. Of course. The people of the world, as could be expected from the modern culture of the news saturation, soon let the Willamette incident fade from their minds, right? Yeah, a little bit of like, I don't know, commentary there. The authenticity of Carlito's chilling plan to utilize the orphans as his pawns has yet to be confirmed or proven false. And yet he complained that his belly was not full, right? Infinity mode has been added to the title menu, right? This is, I heard some good things about this. Sure, I'll save this to what? I'll go back to like the first save. Cool. Yeah, so Kent, I feel like they could have just replaced Kent's his erotica quest by asking you to do a brutality quest picture, a brutality picture. That way, it still feels in line with him being a psycho, without having to do the erotica stuff. I understand why they would remove it. I mean, in this day and age, they don't want to do risky stuff like that. They don't want to offend people, I guess. I don't know. I agree with it and I don't agree. And I'll tell you why. It's fine taking it away because, like I said, it didn't make the game more fun, or then taking it off didn't remove the funness of the game. It didn't feel like I missed anything. I didn't feel like I wasn't missing it, right? I didn't go away from the game like going like, oh man, if it was still in the game, it would have been so much better. Like, I didn't care. Like, it's still fine like that. I'm assuming. What else was there? Well, yeah, it was just that. It was just like it doesn't really change the game very much. It's just that I'm a little. The only thing that was a little picky about was that it shortened down Kent's quest line because he has less interactions with you now. So they removed that like one of the interactions completely. It feels like it was just he asks you to take one picture and then he's like, all right, and then now we're fighting. Whereas before it was like you do like 2 pictures and then you fight him afterwards. It was kind of a shame that they changed that they altered that, they shortened it down, because now it's like it's missing, right? It's missing a piece, and yeah, there was that. There was the butcher Larry, who I guess was like race swapped to be like a white guy instead of an Asian guy. I guess they probably thought it was like it's like too much of like a racial caricature. It was like racially stereotyping, or just like his appearance was like racially offensive or something, or his accent, the way his voice acted, something about it was like offensive, right? So they probably changed it so that they wouldn't offend anybody or something. Again, I that's fine. You know, if they don't want to be offensive to anybody, it's all right. All these changes that I'm about to say, I'm gonna say, um, okay. If there's anything else I'm missing, I'm trying to remember what else they changed. I was reading before I started recording this. That was like trying to see what other changes they made, and the one that I did read was that the psychopath, look at his name. He's like the dude with the flannel sleeveless shirt. The guy with the machete in the store that was like centered around like gardening and stuff like that with the chainsaws and the shovels and all that. That guy, he was like a war vet, right? And in the original game, he calls Frank Viet Cong. He's having like a Vietnam like flashback, and he's like, he's like freaking out there. He's having a little flashback and thinks he's still in Vietnam. I guess that was considered offensive enough to remove it. I didn't, I guess, notice it when I played this game. I did fight him. I didn't notice that he didn't say Viet Cong. I guess maybe it just been a while and I just didn't remember that he said that. And so I must have missed it. But that was something that was like, really? I'm not, like, I understandably, I guess, it's like a war, touchy subject, Vietnam, war veterans and PTSD. I don't know. Maybe they thought it was offensive, but I'm not sure. It's weird. It's a little weird. It's a little strange. And I think those are the major changes. Like, I think that's it. It's like the things that they either censored or removed or omitted from the game that was changed to try and be less offensive. One of the chat members in the stream that I did previously mentioned that like that's how the Yakuza games were, and that's how I played Yakuza. Was I played Yakuza 0 first, then Yakuza Kiwami, and then I'm gonna play Yakuza Kiwami 2. And they were mentioning like, yeah, the Yakuza games, the remakes, they also remove like jokes about like sexual assault and stuff like that, and they're just not in the game anymore. Those are great games. People like those games, It's like, but they change those things just because they're just in poor taste, and so they remove them. It's like, okay, fine. Like I don't mind that. Like I'm not gonna cry about it and be like, oh man, why didn't they allow me to take pictures of boobs in this game, right? It's fine. Like I think some people were even arguing that maybe it's against Frank's character, against his like morals. It's like he's supposed to be a good guy, and you don't want him taking creep shots. I mean, you can kind of explain it away, like he's a guy, he likes looking at women or something. I don't know. He's just, I don't know. He's single or something. You could probably make a reason why. That's not an excuse for anybody to make creep shots, right? Like, I'm just saying he was staring at Isabella at the beginning of the game, but this is normal behavior. It's not normal behavior to take creep shots. Like that's like a whole different thing. So I understand why they take it out. Like I'm just trying to see if I can justify him taking creep shots, and I can't. Like I'm like trying to figure out, is there a reason for them to keep it at all, rather than just for like traditional, not tradition, but like the fact that it was in the first game and so it should be in the remake. No, I can't really argue why it would be, why they would continue to have it. So again, it's like I understand why they would do that. I understand why they would change Larry the Butcher to like not a Chinese guy anymore. They would lessen the offensive aspects of his character. And also the other psycho saying Viet Cong or something. They don't like that anymore. So understandable. Those changes, they're not lessening the enjoyability of the game. You see, that's what I'm saying, is that they're not like huge changes that alter. The only one that altered it was Ken. Again, that's the only one I will complain about, is that Kent's quests were shortened down, when I feel like they could have easily just made you do a brutality photo instead of erotica, something else. And yeah, I just don't understand why they would change that. Again, if there's people complaining that they don't like that they don't like censorship, I understand. I don't like censorship either. The thing is, this game is not erasing the existence of the original one. So if you want to experience the original one as it was when it released, that's still available on Steam to buy. You can still buy that one, which is a great thing. Like, that's, if this game had come out and they like unlisted it on Steam, they unlisted the original one on Steam, then I would complain. Then I would say this is fucking, this is like, that's unacceptable that they're like trying to create some kind of like erasure of the original game because they're like embarrassed about it or ashamed of it. You know, I don't like what's it called, revisionist, like works like that, like revisionary history. Like it's the same thing with when it comes to like movies and stuff like that, when they like alter, like George Lucas altering his Star Wars movies. And you know, he has the right to do it. It's his work, right? If I drew a picture, like, and this happens with me too, if I drew a picture of an artwork, and then like later on down the year, down the years, like down the line, my art improves, and I'm like, I don't like that picture, I don't like the way it was, and I like like alter it. Same concept, but the way I do it is different. Maybe instead of doing like flat colors, I do, you know, smooth shading and like a pastel, I don't know, like some painting style or something digitally. And the original one was done with like pencils and markers. There's the original, and people might say, oh, I like that one, I like that you did that one, I like how it came out. And I might be like, yeah, but I feel like my skills have improved, I can give it better graphics, I can give it better controls, you know, and the new one comes out, and I could say, oh, this one's the more updated version, the better one, this is the one I'm proud of now, this is the one I want people to see now. Yeah, but some people maybe prefer the original because they just like the way it looked, they like the feel of it, they like that it kind of represents an era of, you know, it represents the time that it came out or something, you know. There's plenty of reasons why people like the original. There's plenty of reasons why people wish that the original Star Wars was, you know, kept in its original format and that was still available to buy, you know. And now the only ones that you can buy are the revisionist one, the one with all alterations and CGI and all of that. So you can do it again. Like if I wanted to do that with like an artwork of mine, that's fine. Like I have every right to do that. I think it would just be a shame if I tried to erase the original. This game it can't erase the original. It's still there. We still played that one. And if for whatever reason people still like it, the original one, you can go and play that one. Like I think this one is fine. This remaster, this deluxe remaster, which is it's more of a remake than it is a remaster. It's fine. Like it tries to be very, very faithful to the original game. I'd say it's like 90 to 95% faithful to the original game. In terms of like how it plays, how the gameplay is. Like I really enjoyed the gameplay of this game because it didn't feel like it was trying too hard to change it too much. Like I think they kind of try to fix the clunky controls. They fixed the AI pathfinding. When you're changing clothes, you don't have to play through an entire animation. You can cut the animation short just by walking. All the voice acting that they added, like the dialogue between Frank and the survivors, all of that is now fully voice acted. And I didn't want to skip through the dialogue because I wanted to hear it. Like that was a very neat surprise. I was very happy to see that. And so there was so much that I was so happy to see that was like included. I was like, wow, this looks great. The graphics look great. All the models look great. The only thing that was kind of like iffy about it was that it kind of crashed every once in a while, right? The game's known for crashing. Everybody else is also complaining that if for some people it's not even playable. Like they're having a lot of trouble playing it. And so understandably, like once the patches come out, it'll be a lot better. I appreciate all the DLC material that they put in, like all the costumes and stuff like that. Chuck's outfit, the original 2009, I believe, was when it came out. The 2009 model of Frank from the Xbox 360 game. It's included in here, so if you want to play as the older Frank model, you can. Yeah, it looks great. It looks fine. And so yeah, this, I think for a lot of people, I would say that if you've never played Dead Rising before, this is probably the way to go. I think this is if you don't want to play the old one, knowing that the old one has like some pretty bad problems that I wouldn't wish anyone to play through, that like the bad AI pathfinding and all. It's such a pain. It's so annoying when your survivors can't maneuver like around the mall areas and stuff like that, and they get stuck on the stupidest thing. It's very annoying, even as someone who like played the game a couple times like in the past. As much as I think the original one didn't need a remake, there were some things that kind of prevented me from going back and replaying it, and that was one of them. That was something that I think that's why I more so played the second one than I did the first one, because the second one kind of fixed a lot of the things that I felt was wrong with the first one, the AI stuff and not being able to skip through dialogue, which this remaster also fixes too. You can now skip through dialogue. So whenever Otis called you and on the walkie-talkie and you got interrupted because a zombie slapped you or they grabbed you, Otis would call you again and he'd be like, "Hey, that's rude that you hung up on me," and he'd have to explain what he told you all over again, and you can't skip through his dialogue. Dead Rising 2 fixed that also, where you can now skip through dialogue and calls and stuff like that. So the fact that they changed that made me really appreciate the second one a little bit more. I think graphically the first game looked nicer for some reason. Like I don't know why. Like I just for some reason the first one still to me looked better than Dead Rising 2 for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe the models had like less polygons in them in the second one, or the textures were like a little muddier, like they weren't as crisp as they were in the first Dead Rising. I'm not sure what it was, but there was something about the second game that didn't. Maybe it was the lighting or the shaders or something. Also, it could have been that. But the first one just looked great. Like even today, you look back at it, and a lot of like 360 games still look phenomenal. Like I would look at Batman or the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City games. Those games still look like phenomenal. Like they still look really nice. What else was there? Like graphically, this remaster looks great. The name Deluxe Remaster, which confuses a lot of people. It's made on the RE engine, and the developer were saying that there's a lot of work gone into this game that does merit it being called a remake. But I'm assuming they went with Deluxe Remaster because it is very faithful to how the original one plays and looks. You know, it's not like Resident Evil 2 remake, where the whole play style of the game is different. It's not like an over-the-shoulder shooter survival horror game. Whereas in the original Resident Evil 2, there was fixed camera angles, so you would look at your character from like certain angles every time you walk into rooms. Now in the remake of Resident Evil 2, it's all over the shoulder, kind of like RE4, right? It's more like that. But this game, even though it's like a remake, doesn't do that. It doesn't try to reimagine how the game could look. It doesn't try to give that sort of, you know, that camera angle that's like over the shoulder, more intimate, more like horror-esque with like darker lighting. Or they didn't try doing that with this game, which I appreciate. I appreciate that they didn't try to completely rework how the game looked, felt, and played. Like this game very much is a good representation of what the original game was. So I really appreciate that. But they fixed a lot of the problems that the first one had. That begs the question, will they make a remake of the second game? I personally loved the second game. I play that one more than I played the first one. Again, even though I thought the first one looked nicer, gameplay-wise, I personally, and this is just my personal opinion, it's not like an objective opinion, I just personally like the second one more than I liked the first one for gameplay, because they added a lot of cool stuff and they fixed a lot of the problems the first one had. You can now skip through dialogue when people call you up on the walkie-talkie. You can skip through that. They introduced combo weapons, so you can attach like one object to another object to create a combo weapon. I like the character Chuck Green. I like that he kind of like a daughter that he had to protect, and she had like, you know, the infection, so she had to take the shots every once in a while. Kind of added to the challenge of the urgency of having to find Zombrex for her, the cure, which is based off Isabella's cure that she came up with in this game, right? Yeah, so there was a lot of that. There was a lot of improvements from the first original game to Dead Rising 2 that I prefer, gameplay wise. But that doesn't mean that it made Dead Rising 1 like obsolete and that there was no reason to play it. I think the settings of Willamette Mall, a lot of the places are just very memorable. I just really like the places. I really like the locations and how they look and how they feel, and you know the lighting going through like the glass roof and stuff like that. The just the certain places you go to, the clothing stores and everything. You know, it just has personality. Dead Rising 2 kind of continue with that. I liked some of the areas in Dead Rising 2. I think Dead Rising 2 tries to go with more of like a Las Vegas feel, like where there's a strip. It's called Fortune City, and yeah, that one just had more of like casinos and gambling games and stuff like that. You know, more stuff like that. Ride the mechanical bull, funny little games, and such. So this one, this remaster, you know, it's a deluxe remaster that they're calling it. I understand why they call it that. I understand the name, the choice of name. You know, it is a remake, but it's not remade so that it's like everything's reimagined. Like for example, there's that Silent Hill remake coming out, which also looks like it's changing the gameplay style. Right, it's now over the shoulder. It's more. It looks more like the the Resident Evil remakes, right? Where there's no more like those fixed cameras and stuff like that. Or I don't know if Silent Hill had fixed cameras, because I didn't really play any of those games. But you know, like that one is changing. Oh, the cameras, where the cameras place and all that. That's not happening here with the deluxe remaster of Dead Rising, and so I guess it's an appropriate subtitle. It's deluxe remaster because it is mostly just feels like it's trying to remaster the graphics and stuff like that and fix some of the, you know, some of the things that made it iffy. You know, maybe I should be playing a little bit of this. Why don't I? Is there? Let me go back. Overtime mode? Infinity mode? What's this? Use a save game more to start the game with. I don't remember how this works. But we'll play through this as I'm talking. Alright, we'll go with that. 1 day is 1 hour. How many days can you survive in a shopping mall that's become a living hell? Your life bar will drain slowly with the passage of time. Pay careful attention to this as you progress and try to survive for as long as you can. You can suspend this mode by selecting suspend infinity mode on the pause menu. Consider anyone you encounter to be your enemy. So everyone's gonna go against me. All enemies may drop items when defeated. Your rivals' locations will be indicated on the map, so be proactive and you'll be rewarded with food and weapons. You can check tutorials at any time. Go to the store and system in the pause menu. Okay. Okay, so you're constantly losing health, right? Go with Classic Frank, why don't we? I almost unlocked every outfit. Actually, no, I didn't. Okay. Let's get out there. Cool. So I can just come out through here. Yeah, so the Deluxe Remaster is more, I guess it's the name they're going with because it's super faithful, and it does just feel like they're trying to update the graphics using the RE engine and smoothing out the gameplay, which I appreciate. Again, it's not going to be completely faithful. We got Larry's character design changed. Kent doesn't ask you to take erotica photos. You cannot take erotica photos. Whoa, who's that? Carlito? So yeah, there's all of that stuff. Oof, wow. We're gonna find weapons. So the question that I was going to pose is, will they make Dead Rising 2 Deluxe Remaster? Would I want to see that, and what would I want to see if they did do that? I would say, like I said, it didn't feel like it needs a remaster because the gameplay itself was already pretty good. Not perfect, again, like no game's perfect. There's gonna be some problems with Dead Rising 2 that I feel like are gonna be pretty fair to say about it. Okay, did I kill this guy? But for the most part, I think it's fine the way it was. Like I don't think Dead Rising 2 needs a remake. But if they want to do it just for the sake of, because it's the era of remakes and whatever, no one's making original games. I'm not gonna. It's an exaggeration. There's plenty of original games coming out. Just you just don't see it. I feel like a lot of big companies don't want to take that risk, so they're like going with remakes and remasters because it's safe. They don't want to take too many risks. Whereas indie games, I feel like a lot of indie games come up with a lot of interesting new ideas that people should definitely see. They should definitely check out, right? Check those out and get this. What's that? Paint can. Ow. If they do remake Dead Rising 2, I would say there's some things that I would want included, and that's the Case West and Case Zero DLCs. Case Zero was like a demo, right? It was kind of like that was released before Dead Rising 2 came out, if I'm not mistaken. And it just kind of takes place in like a small town where Chuck has to survive with his daughter, and it's it's like its own little story before the events of the game, the full game, Dead Rising 2. And that was they've never really re-released that. Like it's not on Steam. It's not like some DLC you can get on Steam. And that's a shame. That's a fucking shame that that's basically just like almost they tried to make that become like not lost media, but it's really hard to play that version now. You can't just get that game anymore. So either release Case Zero and Case West, which is Case West being the DLC where Chuck Green, the protagonist of Dead Rising 2, meets Frank West, and they have this like little adventure together. So it was kind of bringing wow, I thought that was the opening. I'm such an idiot. It was like bringing together the two protagonists of the two Dead Rising games, and so that was actually kind of neat that they did that. Again, another sort of game that just isn't available to get anymore. Like you could only get that on like the Xbox store, I think, or the Xbox, like the Xbox Live store. And if that's, they've since shut that off, right? Like that Xbox 360 store, like those online stores, they don't exist anymore, right? So yeah, like that stuff is gonna become lost to time if they don't preserve those, right? Like people have those preserved because they, get the source code or whatever, they extract the information and stuff, but otherwise that stuff is lost to like PC players and stuff that have never played that. If you discover the original Dead Rising and Dead Rising 2 and you're like, oh, I want to play this, you can't really play that.
Jeez.
Shit. You just blow yourself up? Come here. Got a present for you. Oof.
Oh.
All right. It's a pretty cool game mode. I mean, you can basically survive for as long as you want, right? It's pretty cool because this kind of makes it like, I think Dead Rising 2 also had this, or not the original Dead Rising 2, but Off the Record, which is the game that came out like, I don't know, sometime after the first game. This guy's going nuts on that thing. Ooh, you're in trouble now. Oh shoot, that is a slow ass. That did not hit him. It's a fucking slow ass weapon. Will not be able to hit him with that. There's nothing in here but coat hangers. Don't exactly give me a good selection of weapons.
I go right through you!
Okay. Shit. All right. Okay. Oh, it's a melon. Yeah, so the inclusion of those games, of those DLC games that released alongside the original Dead Rising, definitely would make the remake worth it if that's like if there's like a updated version of those games now included. Nice. Is this Energizer? I don't know what that is. Not sure what the Energizer is. Is there like... Whoa. Is it supposed to fly that far? They're flying really fucking far. Is that what the Energizer does? There we go. Nice. Cool. So this is just kind of like, see how long you can last, right? It's nice, nice that they have this. So yeah, it's, I guess, Dead Rising 2 as our Deluxe Remaster on the RE engine would look nice too also. Like, you'd have updated models and stuff like that, textures, the graphics, the lighting. It would be cool to see Fortune City and, you know, Fortune Plaza, Fortune City Mall or whatever. See all those places redone in like HD graphics and all that. But again, some people are not gonna like the way this looks. I was seeing some people complaining that the way this game is lit and everything, it's very gloomy. It's more, well, right now it's a night scene, and at night, like, there's less light and stuff like that, so it looks fine for the night scenes, but for some of the daytime, like the security room looks really dimly lit. It looks very grim looking. It's kind of foreboding looking, which makes sense. The security room, I don't know, I feel like the first half of the game, or the first 2/3 of the game, the security room is actually a very safe place. So it makes sense that it was brightly lit in the original game. And then in this game, it's kind of dark and gloomy. Oh no.
Perfect.
There you are.
Shit. fight this guy right now. Shit. This fucking guy's a voice. Gotta get out of here. Gotta leave. Thankfully I found the place with the food, right? I mean, I hope this place still has food items, right? I don't know if this guy follows me up here, but probably, right? What's all that on my jacket? Wow, the blood actually... Why does the blood look like that? How come the blood stains this... Because it's the older model of Frank, right? So maybe the blood stains on him don't apply correctly or something? They look weird. It looks like he's missing chunks of flesh. It doesn't really look like blood stains. Okay. Where's that clown at? There you are. This guy's fast. He rolls around a lot. Shit.
Shit!
Ooh. Okay. There we go. He's getting a lot of hits on me. I admit. But it's really cool you get a chance to see all these other psychos. Oh, this guy hopped right over me.
Here I come!
Damn, he kills like 4 of those? I was expecting like maybe 3. One. Oh wow. Sometimes he throws 1, huh? Oh shit. Damn. Wow, did I actually get him with that? Shoot. Nice. Nice. Cool. And 2 of them. 2 chainsaws. Okay. Piece of meat. There we go. All right. Yeah, I guess the challenge of infinity mode is... Oh, there's no infinite spawning juice, so you would have to... You're forced to continuously fight zombies and stuff like that to gain better weapons and better get food items.
Yeah!
Is there books though? Do they have like books that allow you to... Oh, you can still get the books, so these are gonna be useful. Goods. Entertainment related items 3 times as cool. Yeah, yeah, there's that. I mean, why not? Is that Uzi still up there? So yeah, my thoughts on the game, like as a whole, for Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. It's great. It's fine. Like it's still very much the original Dead Rising. It's not trying to reinvent itself like the Resident Evil remakes might be doing. So if you're worried that this game's trying to make some kind of, you know, drastic change to itself, it's not that. It's definitely not trying to be that. Did I drop that? The machine gun's still here. Nice. There we go. Cool. Camera flash. There we go. Yeah, some of these moves, I really wouldn't see myself using them too much. He does have iframes on doing those, right? I mean, I guess, yeah, like, because they give him iframes, they're really good for that. But that's more for, like, clearing zombies behind you. I guess that's a good one to do. If there's a zombie in front of you, that's facing the other way. So it is pretty good. There we go. Nice. That's not what I need. Yeah, Frank's got a lot of his moves, his like abilities, his skill moves. They're very useful for you know, clearing out zombies in front of you and stuff like that without. There's a lot of these here. Without using up the durability of your weapons. There's a lot of hunting knives. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, game crashed. Yikes. Yeah, that tends to happen. That's another thing that I would complain about, which isn't going to be so much of a complaint down the line, is that the game tends to crash. Oh, it's inching forward a couple frames, little by little, but yeah, I don't think it's enough to save it. I think it's definitely, yep, yeah, it crashed. There's a crash report being created. Yeah, I'd say for a lot of new players that want to get into Dead Rising, I would say this is a good introduction to the game. Like, after having played through all of it, having seen everything, this is a good way to experience it for the first time. There's really nothing really that bad about it, unless you're someone who's like going to complain about, like, you know, the changing, the revisionist aspects of the game and not being exactly like the original, which again, that's going to happen with, like, say, maybe the reason why is because it's claiming to be a remaster, not a remake, whereas with remakes, like, people are more lenient towards the changes done in Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, Resident Evil 4 remake, because you know that they're going to be different from the original games that came before. You know that they're going to make changes, that they're going to alter something, the designs of something, the dialogue, some of the lines. Like, I remember Leon Kennedy in, like, the remake, or yeah, in the remake of RE4. Like, there was a line, I think, near the end where he goes like, "Tuh, women," right? And he doesn't say that at the end. Instead, he says "story of my life" or something like that. And I was like, "What?" You know, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, probably they probably thought that was offensive or something." But yeah, so this going to be a thing. I don't want to like dwell too much on that. I know that's a iffy subject, but I'm not particularly bothered by the changes again because, as I said before, this is not going to replace the original. At least I hope not. The day that comes where they do unlist Dead Rising off Steam, that's when we should complain. That's when we should be like, this is not like, why are you trying to pass this on as like the Dead Rising 1? Like we know what Dead Rising 1 is. It's not this. Like it's fine. Like this remake, this remaster, it's fine. Like I think if you've never played it before, if you're like off put by the bad pathfinding of the survivors, and this looks nice. It's updated graphics, like more modern graphics, and the survivor AI is appealing. I mean, the survivor AI is now better, and so all the gameplay mechanics and the controls are now more appealing to you. This is the way to go for you. This is not a bad way to start, right? And so I had fun with it, genuinely. Like I think this is a good whatever this name that they came up with, Deluxe Remaster. It's good because it's mostly faithful. It's like 90 to 95% faithful to the original game and how it plays and everything like that. They just fixed the most annoying things. So I know I'm sounding like a broken record. I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over. The music is still the same. They got the rights to all the songs for the psychopath bosses, so that's good. So you're not missing out on much. Like the small changes that well, not small, but the changes they did make to the game. It's not so much that you feel like you're getting a totally different experience. Whereas with like Resident Evil remakes, they feel like they're almost like different experiences. They feel different, even though it may go through the same story plot points and stuff like that. It's going to be mostly different. It's going to be mostly a new experience. With this one, it's very close to what the original one was. The whole layout of the mall and everything, the level design and everything is pretty much the same as it was in the first game. There's like not that I know of. There's like from what I know of, there's no they didn't change the layout of the malls or the park area or any of the places. It's all the very like it's everything's where it should be. All the placement, everything is where it should be. If they do this with Dead Rising 2, I'd want them to do the same thing. Make it like 95% faithful to where the placement of all the areas is the same. It's like they don't change where everything is. They don't do anything. Would they change some of the psychopath bosses that they find offensive? I don't know which ones they could. Like I don't really think there is a few in the game that is there like a racially offensive one in there? I don't know. I don't think there is. I don't know. Like I hope they wouldn't change much to it. I'm trying to like think. Was there like a racially stereotyped boss or like some like sexist thing that they did in the game that was like kind of like, well, why'd they do that? I don't feel like there was because Chuck Green, he was like a guy, he was like a grieving husband, right? It was like wife died, but like he wasn't really like open to like women like that really. I don't think. Well, you know what? In the very first in the beginning, there was like some those like those two twins that were like they're basically like sidekicks to the guy TK who runs like this game show in the game. And they do some like flirtatious like they talk down to Chuck. They're like, "Oh, you're an old guy and I was expecting a better performance from you," or something like that. Like they were making fun of his performance on the show, but it was kind of like almost like demeaning, like almost like sexually demeaning. It was like there was like a double entendres that were given off and stuff, and he just kind of plays it off and just kind of smiles and goes, "Ladies," like kind of like saying like, "See you later," they just leaving. But it wasn't like flirtatious. It's just like him like being nice or whatever. Like, like yeah, I see you guys having fun. I'm gonna have a little fun too. And yeah, he doesn't seem like a creep or anything. Like again, like you don't. I understand they don't want to make these protagonist characters come off as like creeps. They're heroes and stuff. They don't want them to be passed off as like weirdos. Understandable, there's I guess there's a difference between like the character being given like character flaws and stuff like that. That's like giving them like questionable morals and stuff like that. Um, that I understand. I don't feel like that, like they're taking erotica pictures. I don't feel like that was ever something that Frank learns from or grows from or something like that. It's not in there for us to look at like, oh, he's got some kind of like negative character, a part of his character, it's more like it was just in there to like titillate the or something. I don't know, the player. And yeah, that is kind of weird. That I guess there's really no need for it. But yeah, here I am just talking with a black screen. Um, Sorry about that. But yeah, it is what it is. That's Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. It's it's great. It's fine. Like I would go as far to say that this is one of the better remakes or remasters that I've ever played, because it is faithful. It is fixing issues that I had with the original game. If they did this for Dead Rising 2, I would hope they would fix what little issues there were with Dead Rising 2. Like, yeah, I think there were some flaws that game had. Um, but would it be necessary? I don't feel like we should start just remaking every freaking game. Like, there's so many of them out there. There's a Metal Gear Solid remake. There's a Silent Hill remake. There's so many of them now. Are they gonna remake RE5 too? Are they gonna go to and remake RE6? Like, games that aren't even 10 years old? It's weird. Like, it's strange. And so I don't know. We're at this point where uh, it's too much. I'm glad that this is giving. The good thing about this is that it will give Dead Rising a bit more. What do you say? Like exposure. Like maybe some people that have never played Dead Rising before will be able to play this game, and they play it. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Just that it was a fun game. It is a fun game, and I had a lot of fun playing it. And I don't know. I hope that if this does create more interest in the game, in the Dead Rising franchise, that they'd make a new game. Like if this does well enough that it makes like enough money or something, and Capcom sees, oh, there's interest in these games, that they go on and they make a completely new Dead Rising game, like, and bring back Frank West, bring back Chuck Green, or whoever, or the guy from Dead Rising 3. Bring back those guys, bring them, put them all together in like a new game, like Chuck, Frank, and what's his name? He had like a normal name. Like they all have like pretty normal, like average names. They're supposed to be like average Joes, right? What was his name? Joe? Whatever his name was. That guy. Put them all together in like a game. They all work together. Bring Katie back. Katie, you just bring her like an adult or something. And yeah, there you go. 4 players. You can pick between Katie, Chuck, Frank, and the dude from the third one. And there you go. Just make a completely new game. Make it, they don't have to be in like a huge, like massive open world city. Just put them in like another mall or something. Just put them in like like what we saw in this game and in Dead Rising 2. Just like put them in a mall or something. Like I hope this sparks more interest so we get more Dead Rising games. I just don't want them to be like, well, let's just play it safe and just continue on with remakes and stuff like that. I know there's probably discussion already going on with, can we remake Dead Rising 2? And I feel like that will be the next thing they do. I feel like that will be the next thing that they work on. I just don't need them to go down the line until like Dead Rising 4 or something. Like, I don't need that. I hope the exposure to these games gives them, the incentive to make a new one. The same thing with Resident Evil. Like, they're making remakes, but they're also trying to make new games. They still made Resident Evil 8, right? They still made that. That's cool. It's cool that they can make remakes and then continue on making new ones. But for Dead Rising, it's like, okay, maybe Dead Rising 2. I don't know if we should maybe do 3. It's not that old. Like, you can still get it on Steam. Do they even want to touch Dead Rising 4? Like, you'd have to like totally remake that one to make that even like enjoyable, right? Nobody really liked that one. Whatever. I'm just glad that there's a new one. I'm glad that Capcom is acknowledging more than two games. You know, it feels like Capcom, their two games are Monster Hunter and Resident Evil. And then when it comes to fighting games, their one fighting game is Street Fighter. Like we don't get any more Power Stone, we don't get any more Darkstalkers, we don't get any more Rival Schools, or was that other one like Legendary Sword or whatever that other one was? Um, we don't get more of those, and it's kind of sad. It's like they have other IPs that they could do stuff with, and yeah, I'm glad Dead Rising is getting some attention, and hopefully people that like Resident Evil, maybe there's some crossover here. Maybe they'll like this game. Maybe new players will see this and experience this and be like, oh yeah, there's a lot here. There's a lot of fun here to be had, and so yeah, I'm glad for that, and I look forward to more good stuff, more good Dead Rising stuff. I am. I did like playing the first one. The few times I replayed it, I played maybe like 3 or 4 times, and then I played Dead Rising 2 several times. Like I want to say like at least like 20 to 30 times. Like I replayed that game a lot. When I had it on the 360, because I never played this one first. I played Dead Rising 2 first, and then I went back and played Dead Rising 1. That's maybe why I have like a bias towards the second one. It might be just like nostalgia, but that's not to say I don't like Dead Rising 1. I do like it. I think, like I said before, I thought that it looked nicer. Something about it graphically looked nicer than the second game, and I can't describe it. If anybody knows what it is that causes that like maybe makes me have that opinion, maybe maybe there's like an actual technical reason that makes it superior to Dead Rising 2 graphically. But gameplay wise, I really enjoyed the second one. I had that one first. I played that one a lot. So that was my history with it. I played that one first, and it was very, very cool to see the combo weapons, the variety of stuff you can pick up and use, and the fact you can change into clothes, and the freedom of either doing case missions or ignoring them and getting like a bad ending. That was really cool. It was really, really enjoyable in that regard. And playing the first game after that, I was like, yeah, this is fun. I can see why people like this game. It definitely deserved its sequel. And yeah, so I've learned a little bit about the history. I like watching those videos. They go like into deep dives of like the development of like Dead Rising 4 and why that one was kind of a mess, right? There's a lot of things you could say about that one. And I remember watching a lot of sort of videos on that as to why that one kind of went the way it did. And Dead Rising 3, I remember that one wasn't like, nobody really thought it was bad. It was just, there's some things about it that maybe, I don't know, as the games went on, I feel like they kind of went down in terms of difficulty to the point that in the fourth one, they totally removed the time limit, right? There was like no urgency. They removed the sort of things that made it challenging. I feel like in this game, the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, some of the challenge was lost. You saw it in my playthroughs. There was like moments where at the end with those special forces, when they would kidnap you, I could immediately undo the kidnapping by just reloading the autosave, because it now autosaves every time you go into a new area, into one of the different areas. The game just autosaves there. So if one of the special forces captured me, I didn't want to lose my weapons. I didn't want to be stripped naked and lose my clothes. And I didn't want to be, brought back to like this area where in the parking garage where I have to escape from there now. So I would just load an autosave, go back to where I entered the area and retry again. So that would absolutely make the fact that I was kidnapped by the special forces, it would make that entire punishment redundant, because I could just undo it by loading the autosave. And so there's like moments like that where the difficulty, the challenge was kind of lessened. I felt like you upgrade with like the PP, like killing zombies, killing psychopaths, and taking pictures. All of that, I felt like levels you up really fast. I was almost level 50 in my first playthrough. And I feel like other people that take more pictures, they're going to level up to level 50 like in their first playthrough, guaranteed. When I first played, I remember I had to restart somewhere near the beginning because I couldn't manage my time. I was like, I wasn't managing my time well enough, and I had to learn. Like there was like this moment where I was like, oh, I have to really get there. Like I can't like fool around too much because I have to get these survivors back and then run to like the main objective, or otherwise I'm gonna lose on the scoop. And so it would like tell you like, do you want to restart? And I'd be like, yeah, let's restart from the beginning with all my levels intact, with all my skills, abilities, and my level upgrades intact. I can't even talk right now. Um, and so yeah, those like moments like that where it kind of encouraged you like a roguelike to restart with more upgrades and with the knowledge of knowing now where everything is, that you can, you can now do a better job the next time you go into it. And that's what I did. That's how I played the original Dead Rising. And I had to do that. I had to replay it and get the level ups, and it made it easier. It had like a little bit of roguelike elements. So I like that. This time around, I felt like they kind of make it easier on you and make it very possible for you to reach level 50 in your first playthrough. And they're very lenient with the autosaves. Before, there was the challenge of having to manually save. So every time you died, if you weren't, saving frequently, you would lose like 30 minutes of progress, an hour of progress, 2 hours of progress if you're not saving frequently. And that would happen to me. That would happen. And it was annoying. I'm not going to lie, that was annoying. And so I was kind of happy that this one had autosaves. But at the same time, it kind of made saving manually redundant, because it's like, why would I need to? Because every time I enter a new area, every time I finish off a boss, or every time I reach a cutscene, it usually auto saves, and so there's like, why the need to save manually, right? So some of the challenge there was lost. So it's kind of like, I'm thankful that it's not as annoying sometimes, but other times it's like, yeah, but now it feels like a cakewalk. It feels like it's so much easier. I feel like, how many achievements are I have more than half, like slightly more than half of the achievements. I don't even have 20 hours in the game. Like I can probably get all those. I can 100% this game achievements really quick. I feel like I've spent more time in the original one, like trying to do that. I don't even know if I got all the achievements. And there is a really difficult one, right? There's like one mode that's like, there's like one achievement that's almost impossible to get, right? It's really hard to 100% the original one because of like one achievement, right? There's like this one impossible one. I don't remember what it was. It was like you had to stay alive for like 72 hours or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but you basically had to like farm food or something. I forget what you did to survive that, but that was pretty crazy. But yeah, like I just feel like if they do continue with this, that the challenge remains intact. I'm not saying this game was completely easy. I was complaining near the end when the special forces guys came in. I did die a few times too, even before that. The special forces guys, I felt like, I don't know if it's the challenge or just like the broken like stun locking that they would do when they would shoot you. And if there was multiple, they would shoot you and you couldn't move. And the only way you could get out of it is by rolling. And you only have like one roll, and there's like a cooldown before you can roll again. So yeah, those guys were pretty awful. You kind of have, it teaches you not to fight those guys head on. Instead, ignore them. Like you really have to just try not to face those guys head on. Like you have to really sneak up behind them and like jump kick them to knock them down. And while they're getting up, hit them with like a sword or something, and it should like kill them. Like I was doing. I figured that out like kind of late. And so yeah, there was a bit of challenge there, like you kind of just figuring those guys out. And so I like that. But other aspects I feel like some parts of it are challenging, other aspects I feel like are just too easy, or just like I don't know what it was, but it's still, again, relatively the same experience. Like even though I'm saying that, it's still relatively the same experience. If you felt like you wanted more of a challenge, again, the original one is still there. This one's like, what, like 65 gigabyte download? The original one was like 8 gigabytes or something, or like I don't remember. Yeah, it was like around like 8 or 9 gigabytes or something like that. So it's not, it's not really that big of a download size. I might be wrong, but it might be like 12 or something, 12 gigabytes. I don't remember. But yeah, it's like we've come a long way when it comes to download sizes, right? Those are my thoughts. And yeah, again, I don't know if I should keep on rambling here. That's just what I thought, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad that a new Dead Rising game came out. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining too much. I did enjoy it. I will continue to play this game, this version of the game. For a lot of people, I feel like this is going to be the way to play the game from now on. And that's fine. That's okay. Everybody has a different opinion, and I'm well aware of that, and I'm capable of accepting other people's opinions. If people really like this one and they think this is like 10 times better than the original game, I respect that too. I can definitely see that point of view. I think that there's grounds for people believing that. Like, I wouldn't even be like hard pressed about that. I don't hate the changes that they made of like the race swapping Larry the Butcher. I don't hate them removing erotica. I feel like some of these changes you could have included them. I'm not saying do it. I'm not like pissed off going like, oh, they should have kept it in there. It's like, whoa, garbage or whatever. I'm not mad about it. But if they wanted to keep it in there, they could have, and all they had to do was like put a warning at the beginning of the game saying, oh, just keep in mind that this game was made in a different time. There was like different standards. There was maybe some explicit material that we might find offensive. Just keep that in mind as you play the game. Just a warning like that, just a simple warning, and I think that everybody would be happy with that. You just tell people, we don't condone these actions, or the ideas presented in the game here are not exactly the ideas that we believe nowadays. Nowadays we're not for these ideas of this or that or something like that. Just say that at the beginning of the game and say, there you go. We don't believe this anymore. We don't think this is funny anymore or something like it. Just whatever. Just put a warning at the beginning and say, times have changed and we're not advocating for any of this stuff, but here it is, just so we're not revisionist, so we're not revising history like that. Just trying to present it as it was back in the day, present it now, to be faithful to the original creation. I think that's what they should do. That's really where I would feel like it would be like a good place to just like explain that away. If they wanted to remain neutral to it, right? But again, still not mad about it. I'm not hating the changes. It's not a game changer. It's not lessening the fun of the game for me. It is what it is. I'm going to continue playing it. I had fun playing it. I can see other people having fun playing it, and if you've never played Dead Rising and you want to check this one out, I think this one is fine to play. I think this is a good way to go about it. Looking forward to all the mods. Looking forward to people modding in a lot of cool stuff and skins and funny little things and stuff like that. I know there's already people modding cool things in. Like I saw somebody had they changed Frank's character model so that he looks more like Frank from the first Dead Rising game. It's not like they imported the original 360 model, like the lower polygon model. It's the fact that they took this current one, this updated model, and they changed his face a little. They messed with his face and his hair a little bit. One of the things that I didn't like was also the lighting or the shaders. There's something about it makes Frank's hair look gray. It's something about like the RE engine or something just having some not like it's not very. It's sometimes finicky with how it lights people's hair, and so people that have black hair look like they have gray hair because of how the light reflects around it. Like there were some moments, and I think at the very beginning of the game, Carlito almost looked like he had gray hair. Frank definitely looks like he has gray hair, and it's not. I know it's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like black hair, right? He's not that old. He's like what, 30 in this game? In the first game, he's around like 30, mid 30s. He's not supposed to be like super old. He should like have black hair, maybe a little gray hair. Fine, sure. It's supposed to be black, right? So there was that, and I think the mod kind of fixes that where redo his hair using I think Kent's hair cards, like his hair textures, and they basically create Frank's hair using those hair cards that of Kent, and they're just like painted black. So the light is kind of fixed like that. So this looks like it's really cool coming along. I'm really happy to see it again. Would recommend it. Hopefully you guys have a great day. I have nothing else to say, and those are my ideas. Bye-bye.